So I was on the Bullitt Facebook page and I noticed that there's a black Bullitt that somebody was showing that they had just purchased. And the interesting thing about this was it was in almost the same town I live in. It was only about 20 minutes away. And it was somebody who would end up joining the car club that I have here locally on Facebook. The owner is a really cool guy. He's a little older than I am, but he runs the automotive um, program at the college here, the university. And before that, he was a auto shop teacher in the small town where he lives. And he's also a Ford tech, and he has worked for Ford for several years as well. And so it was nice to see somebody who can respect and take care of such a car to get it. And this was a black Bullitt Mustang, and it was in decent shape. You know, it showed a little bit of age, and something interesting about it that I noticed quickly that he didn't even notice was that the front fenders had been repainted because whoever had it was trying to make it look more like the original Bullitt by not having any fender badges. And so to do that, you have to fill the holes that are in the fender where the GT badges are and repaint the fenders. So the car's overall condition was decent. It wasn't too bad, but it had some scratches and swirls and scuffs and things. And so he had a friend that was really good at detailing, go over the whole car and buff it out and make it really nice. Looking over the car, there are a couple of things I noticed. The front of the car, you can see, doesn't have the Bullitt grille anymore. It has a Mach 1 grille delete. And the Bullitt grille is special because it has a blacked out corral around the pony. That's the difference with the Bullitt. They were trying to make it look more like the original Bullitt that didn't have a corral or even a pony in the front. And so they blacked out the corral, and oddly enough, the Saline cars had that too. And so it's kind of a side note there, but he also added a chin spoiler, whoever had the car before him. And looking at the car, you can see it still has the Bullitt brakes, and it has the mud flap pieces, which are very surprising because higher mileage cars seem like they're always missing those on the Bullitts. So after a little discussion, he was saying he couldn't find the Bullitt sticker on the strut tower. And I had told him that there's one under the back seat, and it took a little bit of figuring out how to find it exactly for him. I had put a video out on YouTube showing how to find and locate it underneath the back seat and pull the carpet back and everything, and sure enough he found it, and it was Bullitt number 868. This car had been living in Arizona most of its life, and so it was a nice dry desert car, and he got it for a really good deal, and he brought it home, and that's his son's white 95 GT next to it, which used to belong to another friend of mine, as a matter of fact. But anyway, here he is at a car show, has the car lined up. I saw this picture posted on another Facebook group, and I thought, oh man, I didn't go to that car meet that night, and I wish I would have, because then I would have been able to see the car for the first time. And so as you can see in this picture, when he got the car, it had black Bullitts with the deep dish black Bullitt wheels in the back, which I really liked. I thought it looked good on the car, but he decided he wanted to change them around, and he had some Bullitt style wheels that were more of the gray kind that he had on his Fox body, so he switched those over. So the Bullitt looked really good. He cleaned it up a lot. He kind of gave it a new life, and I think that he did really well with it. And the car was fun to see in person and stuff. Now, one thing he did do to the car that I was really wanting to do to mine before I got new seats for my Bullitt out of another Bullitt was purchase the TMI reproduction leather seat kit. It came with the foam, and Late Model Restoration actually has a video on how to put it in and install it, and they even did it on a blue Bullitt, which I thought was really cool. But you get the new foam and the leather skins and everything, and you can redo the seats on your Bullitt. And so he did that with his because the seats were in pretty rough shape. And they turned out really nice. They look kind of like a big puffy couch, but I think they wear in a little bit once you get going with it. So he did that to the car, and I think that made a really big difference. And so now he was enjoying the car a lot, and he was even taking the car out to some shows. and he even got a trophy with the car. So that's really cool to see that you can take a car that needs a little bit of work, put some love into it, change some things on it, make it look nicer, add a chin spoiler, Mach 1 grill delete, whatever, and come out with a car that is valuable. Now, this looks like the Bullitt, but this is not the Bullitt. Here is the end of this story. If you look closely, you'll notice a shaker hood and shaker hood scoop, Mach 1 wheels, 40th anniversary badge. The seats are different, side scoops, rear spoiler, different side skirts. You'll notice this is a Mach 1. It looks the same as the Bullitt, but this is not it. And what interestingly enough happened was one of my other friends purchased this Mach 1 and for one reason or another decided that he wanted to downgrade a little bit, get something a little more affordable, and he approached my friend with this black Bullitt and said, hey, I got this 60 something thousand mile Mach 1, I really like it, but financially I think it'd be a better choice for me right now if I had something a little less expensive. What do you say we trade? You can take over the payments or do whatever we need to make it square. And another key factor was that my friend who had the Mach 1 was commuting a lot with it, 2 hours each way to work. So he wanted to put the miles on something else instead of the Mach 1. So the Bullitt was a good candidate for that. And so my friend went ahead and did that. And so he traded his Bullitt, which he had put some love and effort and everything into, and he traded it for this black Mach 1 and upgraded it a little bit. Now, I'll have another story on this car, but it's a really nice black Mach 1, and he was able to obtain this car because of how much love and work he put into the Bullitt. So what happened to the Bullitt? Well, the kid that he had traded it to ended up trading the Bullitt in at a dealership because he needed a family car, and it sat there for a little while for sale, and it was a really good price. It was like $6,000 is what the price was at the dealership too. So and that was before prices started going up too, so that's something to consider. But it looked really good. It still had the stereo and things in it that the other guy had put in it, and just these are the pictures that the dealership had when it was for sale. So I'd go over and look at it, and I look at the seats and everything because I really liked the seats. He had done so much work to make those seats look so good, especially the front ones. Those are always so good. So the car sold, and before you know it, we found who the owner was, and he became part of our car club. And so we added another friend here to our local group. You can see here he's added a rear diffuser underneath the bumper and some more of those add-on diffusers like you'll see here on the side, like underneath the Bullitt side skirts. So he kept the Bullitt side skirts, but he added some on the rocker panel area. And this is us hanging out in our group with all our friends, and the car's in really good shape, and he likes it a lot. He takes really good care of it. He's also very good at photography, and you can see on his Instagram he takes really good pictures. I'll put the link to his Instagram here. And he came to the event where we unveiled my Bullitt when I got it back, and so you can see his Bullitts right here in the first of the row of the lineup of our Mustangs with our friends. So it was really cool to have him there for that, and he was there with his camera taking pictures. So that's the story of Bullitt number 868, and it's in good hands, and it belongs to a friend of mine. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.